Hey everybody, we were gifted this dragon fruit plant and I'm getting ready to repot it, so let's get started. The friend of mine that gave it to us said that it was the red fruit variety. This is a 2-year-old plant. I was going to put it in a pot with a stake and then have it grow up that stake, branch out at the top and kind of droop down. But the way this is shaped, I think I'm just going to repot it and put it in a hanging basket. Unfortunately, this time of year, where I live in central Arkansas, you can't really find a good size hanging basket. The ones that I found were too big. I was looking for something just a little bit bigger than this pot, but the hanging baskets that I found were, like this big, so way too big for now. So I'm just going to repot it, put it up on the front porch, and then in the spring, when the better selection of pots come out, I'll put it in a hanging basket and hang it out there. I saw a pretty cool trick to get this cactus out of the pot. Rather than tip it upside down and hope that it comes out, risking the possibility of breaking off this branch here or one of these other branches, take tape and just tape it around the pot, and then you just give it a whack with a hammer, breaks the pot, and then you can just pull the plant right out. I have it taped off here. A good whack with a hammer and get it out of that pot. What do you say? You ready, Miss Marple? This is my assistant today, Miss Marple. She's lounging on the deck. It is super hot and extremely humid today. And she has the right idea, just taking a nap. Trying to do as little as possible so you don't sweat, huh, kitty cat? Alright, so I've got some brown paper here. It doesn't have to be brown, of course, it's just what I had laying around. This tape out of the way. So, what you do is you carefully tip it over, lay it on its side, get all these out so you don't mush any of the branches, and then you just give it a good strong whack. The tape helps hold those shards together. Pull the tape away, pull the whole pot away, get out these little shards that kind of got embedded, and there you go. No damage to the stems up here, the branches, nothing. The roots look in really good shape. Anytime you repot, it's a good idea to take a look at these roots, make sure that you don't have anything going on, any kind of rot or bugs. Let me zoom in here so you can see them. They look really good, very healthy. Here's the pot that I'm going to put it in. I got the glazed coating on the side because it's going to be up on our front deck. We want it to look nice. Alright, so I've got this potting mix that I got from a local nursery, and it's really nice. So this is a peat-based potting mix. It does have perlite and all the things that you would think that you shouldn't put in a cactus. But the style of this cactus is kind of similar to the epiphyllum style, where you can put it in a little bit more of a peat mixture. Normally you would want to do like a sandy mixture and add some perlite or horticultural sand or grit if you can find that. But this style of cactus can take a little bit more water without any threat of having rot. So what I'm going to use is that soil, and I have some perlite, and I'm going to do 1 part soil and 1 part perlite. I'm just going to put it in the pot, a scoop of each at a time, and then I'll dump it in a bucket and mix it. And that way you get it good and mixed, and not trying to do it inside this tiny little pot. So I will just dump that into this bucket. Give it a good mix to make sure it's well blended. That looks pretty good. You know what I might do, just to be safe? I might do another cup. Maybe I will do that full. I just want to make sure that it's going to get well drained. And that looks really good. Look at that. Can you see that? That looks amazing. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is put a little bit in the bottom of this pot. Actually, you know what? Wait. Now what I'm going to do is put in some of these. You know what I'll do? One big one right over the top. No. There. I put a piece of the broken crock over the drain hole. See right over here? And that way it keeps the soil from just blasting out of the bottom of the pot when you water. So now I'll just put in a little bit of the soil. You kind of want to judge where you want this. That looks good. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's good. So now what you want to do is around the sides here there's a gap. So you want to take the potting soil and just make sure it goes down into that gap. And you can kind of push it down with your finger. You could push it down with a spoon or a pencil or anything to kind of get down in that opening. And when you do, you want to push all the way down and get any air pockets out. And then you don't really want to water this right now because of the shock that we've just put it through. Tipping it on its side, smashing the pot with a hammer, jamming it into a new pot with a bunch of new soil, and then poking down around with your fingers. So you just want to leave it in this pot for about a week before you give it any water. The reason being is if you water it now, there's a chance, like I said, that it is shocked and that water won't be absorbed by the plant because it's trying to figure out, what in the heck you've just done to it. So give it about a week before you give it any water. You don't want to have those roots sitting in water, otherwise it will rot. Alright, so here it is all potted up in its new home for between now and the spring. And like I said, I'm going to probably put it in a hanging basket, and I probably will take a cutting from this and start that and have it grow up, up a pole and branch out at the top, kind of like the other style that you can grow these in. And now I'm going to add one last thing. I have some pea gravel here. You see that? Oops. And I've washed it, rinsed it out because it was very muddy. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this pea gravel on the top. I think it makes it look really cool. Alright, well there you go. So I'm just going to take this and put it on our front deck. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll talk to you again. Thanks for watching.